Hey, what's up, bootstrappers? This is Ryan Nickel coming at you with another daily lesson, and this lesson is about self-care. All right, so I just got done floating. I went to a float tank place. I've never done that before. I wanted to do it for a long time, and let me tell you the story about how this came about. So I get a call from a gal that I won't even say she's a gal, but she is. So I just told you that she's a gal. So I got a friend who works down in the city, and anyway, she said, hey, there's this property that you may be interested in. The owner's interested in selling it. I've been in contact with him because it's on the city's naughty list, and so I got a phone call, and she's like, hey, it's gonna go out to everybody, but just as a heads up in case you're interested. So I pop up my car, I drive down there, I'm doing some research, I'm looking at the stuff, and I'm like, this is a pretty decent property, So I'm looking around, and so I start doing some research, and I'm with my buddy. And so anyway, I said, let's go check out the neighborhood and see if there's anything else that we might catch our eye, that we might be interested in. So I start walking, and I see this place, and it's called Float Me, and I've been wanting to do this. It's like this new hot trend to go out and do some kind of float. Like you're in a sensory deprivation chamber. Basically, it's all completely dark, and it's just it's totally cool. You're floating, and it's like tons and tons and tons of like salt. It's like Himalayan salt and all this stuff. So your body's like, you're literally floating. But here's the crazy thing about it. So I'm in there, and I'm doing this self-care. But while I'm doing this self-care, I also have in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh crap, I walk in there, it's like 3:15. I'm supposed to meet with my wife and my kids because we're supposed to go swimming tonight as a family and have pizza and all of this stuff. And I'm supposed to be there at 4:30, and it's across town. And I'm like, I'm not going to get there in time. And so I immediately start this like negative self-talk, like this chatter, like, oh, you know what? Oh, should I be doing this? Should I be enjoying myself? And my mind won't shut off, right? And so I'm like having all this negative self-talk going on. It's not negative. I'm not like critiquing myself, but it's this chatter, this mindless chatter that just going like blah 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 blah. And so as I'm sitting there, I'm like, you know what? It's cool. It's totally cool. So I learned to let that go. So that just goes. And as I'm sitting there, I'm just like floating. I'm like, oh man, finally my mind is at ease and it's at peace. I'm like, this is what it's all about. And as soon as my mind was at peace, I start getting ideas. For like, oh, you know what? These are things that I could be doing better in my business. Now, there's nothing like earth shattering or like groundbreaking or anything like that. But it was enough of a calming sensation for me to slow down enough to realize, there's more to it. Now, that's one of the reasons why I take naps. Like, I take naps every day after lunch. I set my clock for 17 minutes. I don't know why it's 17. I just read somewhere that 17 is like optimal time for a nap, so you don't get too sleepy afterwards. So I put like, I have a mattress thing in my office. I lay down on it. I have a little eye mask. Seriously, just like, I go to sleep. My body is trained and conditioned to just be out. Like, I am out cold. I am asleep. Sometimes I snore, and then immediately I wake up. Sometimes I'll wake up like 2 or 3 seconds before my alarm goes off. And the reason I do this is, one, because my stomach is full. It's hungry after eating lunch, and so I'm getting my body the opportunity to digest. But at the same time, it allows my mind to just calm itself down, and I get sudden strokes of ideas and inspiration. And now this is, going into the self-care thing. So I'm inside this chamber, and I'm like, just floating around like, oh, this is cool, And it wasn't until towards the end where my mind starts to just quiet itself down that I start to get these ideas and these inspirations. And this is the lesson that is learned, that if you are constantly going, and I have my earbuds here, and I am constantly, as I'm driving, I'm listening to stuff. I'm learning. I'm constantly, I read about 4 or 5 books a week. I listen to them on Audible at super speed, or I have Siri read them to me if they're not on Audible. And I'm going fast pace here. Nothing wrong with that, but if I don't have any downtime, that I don't have any time to synthesize what I'm learning. It's just content for content's sake, and that's not healthy, and that's not good. And so this is where the self-care comes into play, where I'm able to take some downtime, naps, or this deprivation chamber, and allow my mind just to do what it does best, and that is just to go ahead and make all the connections that it needs to make, and to go ahead and define and weave and remind me of things that I might have forgotten about because I'm so busy, go, learn. And that's the lesson, is that daily, and one of the things that I do, and this is one of the things that has caused me to reflect, is daily I journal. I journal at the end of my business day, and I write down all the things that I did, and I write down all the things that I want to accomplish for the next day, and then I look at my lessons learned. You know, what is the biggest lesson that I learned today? And that's usually where I get my lessons learned, and it comes in on these video things. This is just a video journal of what I've already journaled myself. And so my lessons learned are things that I'm sharing because maybe there's someone else that's going through the same exact journey as I am right now. And there's a lesson that they need to learn, and they haven't heard it yet. I'm just, giving them hope and motivation or whatever. But this is more for me than it is for any of you guys. I do it because I feel it's a way of giving back, and I'm a giving guy. Because he who gives gets. And I want to be a good receiver, and I also want to be a good giver as well. And so here I am. This is a house, right? You know what? Oh, it looks like someone's remodeling that house. I have this eye. Like, I got this eye. Like, I'm always looking. Like, like in high school, there was a guy that always had the eye for the girls. Like, he's always like checking the chicks out and whatnot. Well, I got an eye for houses. It's a joke that we have with my wife. She's like, I didn't know I was going to marry you and this house business, because it's funny. We'll be on a date and be like, oh, there's a house over there, and like, and we're off. It's like, it's done, It's like, okay, Ryan just found a house, and so like, I've literally been on dates. I'm like, woo, turning around the car, going chasing this house down. I mean, thank goodness for Deal Machine, because all I got to do is just snap a picture, take a picture of the house, and Deal Machine goes ahead and pops it up there. By the way, if you guys don't have Deal Machine, go ahead and check it out. If you want to use my promo code on it, it's Bootstrap REI. You get like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 bucks worth of credits. I don't know exactly how many credits you get, but you get credits to go ahead and start trying the thing out. So go ahead and do that. It's a great resource, man. So yeah, it's Bootstrap REI. Plus, if you do it, hit me up, let me know, and I'll shoot you off some of the postcards that I'm using that it's working on that. But anyway, it's a little bit of a tangent there. Going back, self-care, guys, I don't care what it is. Do something weekly for yourselves. Do something that's going to allow you to just relax and just have that calming moment, so that you can just get your mind in the game and be able to focus completely when you're at work, and then completely detach when you're not. That's what I got for you guys, because if your mind is on point in this game of real estate, you're going to make a lot of money. But all it takes is one deal. It all starts with that one deal. So go ahead and get that one deal, guys, because all it takes is one deal to change your entire financial future. And once you get that taste, you're never going to go back. All right, guys, if you want to find more information about how to get started in this game we call real estate, if you're just getting started, head on over to bootstraprei.com. It's a free resource we got put together for you. Go ahead and learn how to go ahead and start talking and finding these properties and start talking to sellers. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.